I'm going to be sharing with you in this video how to manifest a specific person. Now, I know I said that I wasn't going to record these kind of videos, but I do think that this topic is super critical to discuss, because manifesting a specific person and understanding the energetic framework and the foundation for what it means to manifest a specific person is going to be the same energy that you need to pretty much manifest whatever it is that you want in your life. Now, I know that for some of you, you really want to manifest this person, but this is not only going to allow you to manifest that person, but this is going to allow you to manifest pretty much anything that you want in your life, because the energy behind the manifestation is the most important thing here. It's not the manifestation, but it's the energy behind the manifestation. Now, what does this mean? I'm going to share with you what that means in this video. So if you're new to this channel, I want you to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, because I post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one, hit the link that's in the description box of this video and apply for a free consultation, because I have just a couple spots left for coaching in the month of February. So when it comes to manifesting a specific person, what you have to understand is the deeper meaning behind the manifestation, right? So the question I have for you is, why do you actually want this manifestation? What's the real truth here? Because I know that for some of you, there's this feeling of heaviness and there's this feeling of lack, and I really want to manifest this specific person, Francis. And I feel like if I don't get this person, then I'm not going to be happy and I'm not going to be fulfilled. Now, I want you to really investigate that energy, because that energy is what is going to block you from manifesting that person to begin with. That feeling of lack, that feeling of neediness, that feeling of wanting something outside of you is ultimately going to block that person from coming into your life. That person actually wants you to step into your power and understand that you have value, not because that person is giving you that value and you're seeking approval from something outside of yourself, but actually seeing the value that is within you. And I know that for some of you, that's hard to hear, because you just want that person and you're not really willing to go into this heaviness. But if you're willing to face this with me right now, then I would continue watching this video to the end, because this is what you're going to need to really manifest that person. If you really want to manifest that person, you're going to have to understand the energy behind why you actually want that, which is the first question I want to ask you is, why do you actually want that manifestation? Like, what's the deeper desire here? Like, what is that? Like, when you're feeling heaviness around wanting that person, what is that heaviness really about? Like, what's that heaviness? And why is it that you think you need something outside of you to feel fulfilled? Now, I know that you're not ready to go into this because all you want is to manifest that person. And I'm going to share with you some techniques on how to do this. But also understand that I don't want to just give you the generic answer of visualizing before you go to sleep, because that doesn't work for a lot of people, because they're missing the energy behind that, right? Why does that technique even work when you're visualizing before you go to sleep? Well, I could share that technique with you and give you the average law of attraction video, but I want to go a step deeper and give you the real reason why you can't manifest that person. Because the truth is that you need to know the why. What is the goal behind the goal here? What is the goal behind the goal? Why do you actually want that specific person? Right? The goal behind the goal is super important. This is what my coach taught me, is understanding the goal behind the goal. Now, what I want to ask you is, are you looking for that person, or are you looking to get rid of the heaviness that you feel in your experience and to feel a sense of security and peace and love and joy? What are you really after here? Are you after a person, or are you after the feeling? And once again, if you're into the law of attraction, what you know is that the feeling is the most important thing, right? That's the most important thing, is the feeling behind the manifestation, the energy, the feeling, the emotion. That's what people always tell you in law of attraction. You need the emotion, you need the feeling. Why is that? It's not because you actually want that person. I'm just going to give you the truth straight. It's because what you're really after is the feeling that person would give you. That's what you're really after, right? Like, I'll give you an example. For the longest time, I was chasing after relationships and getting the perfect relationship and finding the perfect woman, finding the perfect people, finding the perfect relationships, finding the perfect friends, going after YouTube subscribers. I probably still have a little bit of that within me. Of course I do, but I'm slowly working to let that go. And what you have to understand is that for the longest time, I was chasing and chasing and chasing, and I thought that this feeling was something that a person could give me. Now, this is going to sound kind of cliche, but I want you to go a little bit deeper and think about this in terms of what I'm about to share with you. And what I want to share with you is that that feeling that you think that person is going to give you doesn't actually exist outside of you. That feeling actually exists within your consciousness in this present moment. So what does that mean? That means that we give permission outside of ourselves to feel that feeling of love and joy and peace. And we think that to get rid of this heaviness, we need that person. But is that really true? Is it entirely true that that feeling exists because of that person giving you the feeling? Or is it a deeper truth that that feeling actually exists within your consciousness now? Now think about that for a second, because the present moment is the only thing that exists, right? There's no moment outside of the now. You never get to the future, you never get to the past, because the present moment is the only moment that exists. When you arrive to the future, it's still this present moment now. Now, a lot of people have this materialistic paradigm where they think that something happens outside of you and then your body reacts. Now that's how most people live. Most people are living in reactivity. Something outside of me bad happens, I feel reactive. Something outside of me good happens, and now I feel good. Right now I feel good. Something bad, I feel bad. Something good, I feel good. And that energy is what creates codependent relationships, because you're actually giving that person power, and you're stepping out of your power. You're putting the power outside of you, when the truth is that that feeling already exists within your consciousness. Now, how do you actually tap into this? Well, the first thing you have to understand is why you even wanted that manifestation in the first place, because what you wanted was that person. But do you really want that person, or do you want the energy of what that person would give you? And does that energy exist because of that person, or does it exist within your consciousness now? Now that's super critical to understand, because now that you understand that, we can move forward, and I can share with you how to tap into that feeling. But you see, the feeling is the most important thing. I can just share with you, hey, just, before you go to sleep, visualize and just imagine that person, imagine the end result, imagine being with that person. Now, you've heard that millions of times. There's thousands of videos on that. I want to go a little bit deeper with you and give you the deeper fulfillment and peace that you're looking for, that will allow you to be an energetic foundation. You'll have an energetic vibration and foundation to be able to be in alignment to attract that person. Alignment with the present moment, alignment with your true self. Not because you are lacking in this moment and you need something outside of you, but because you already feel whole and complete, and that person would be a bonus to your already awesome life. Now, a lot of people aren't in that vibration. A lot of people are seeking something outside of them. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wanting a person. In fact, I would say fully own your desires. If you want to manifest a person, I would say fully own that. Fully own that desire of wanting that person. Fully own the desire of wanting a relationship, wanting money, wanting success. I would say fully own your desires. But the truth is that you have to understand why you want those things. And the reason that I say fully own those desires is because for the longest time I wasn't able to own my desire for money, my desire for relationships, because I thought that I wasn't spiritual. It's not spiritual to want money. It's not spiritual to want relationships, right? You need to just end all suffering and be totally lonely. Now, you got to release the suffering and release the attachment for sure, but why not own the desire for money? Is wanting money not spiritual? That's a whole nother video in itself, but let's just stick to relationships in this moment right now, but it's going to be the same energy. Is wanting relationship bad? Absolutely not. It's a beautiful thing to have a relationship. But it's more beautiful when you tap into the love that is within yourself, and then you partner up with somebody that already has that within them. Now, I know that sounds cliche, but the truth is that that feeling of love and connection and security that you think that person's going to give you is not the truth. The truth is that that feeling exists within you. That is the cold, brutal truth. I know that a lot of people aren't going to be able to take this truth, and they're going to go on and watch How to Visualize Before You Go to Sleep, and they're going to have that sense of neediness and lack, not realizing that even if they were to manifest that person and you're coming from a place of lack, ultimately that's going to be a codependent relationship, and it's not going to be fulfilling. And you're still going to have an inner feeling of resistance even when you get that person, because you thought that all this time to feel happy, you wanted that person. But what you really wanted this entire time was the feeling, and then you find out that person can't actually give it to you. Maybe they can for a week, 2 weeks, but then what happens 2 years, 5 years down the line when you get that person and you put your power in that person to feel good? What happens then? That's what creates a codependent relationship. So what I started doing is I started focusing on myself. I started focusing on my vision, creating my videos, creating my business, creating my brand. And I don't have that resistance anymore. I feel like I already love myself. I feel like I have that feeling of love within me. Now, have I attracted the perfect relationship? Not necessarily, but I'm not needy for it anymore. And I do have the perfect relationship that I desire right now in my life outside of women. And I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. I've never been more happy because I already feel that connection within me. Now, of course, I have more to work on. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I don't see myself as perfect at all. I hope you don't see me as perfect. And I hope that you didn't perceive that from me at all, because I'm not. But what I do understand is that chasing after feelings outside of you is not the way to do this process. That's not how you're going to attract that person. That's how you create resistance. Understand that feeling is within you. So stop chasing that person and focus on developing that feeling within you, and let go of the neediness, let go of the lack, let go of the chasing. Realize that feeling of abundance, that feeling of security actually exists within you now. And when you stop chasing and you focus on making your priority, making that feeling the priority, rather than making the priority, how do I manifest this person, this image in your mind, this idea of a relationship, understand that you don't actually want that idea. That's a false concept that you may be attached to. What it is that you really want is the feeling. Now, what I suggest to you is to make the primary focus in your life right now, to focus on letting go of the heaviness that is within you without somebody outside of you, without money, without success. Now, once again, these are beautiful things. These things may come into your life. They may not. I think that it's pretty much impossible not to create your dream life when you align yourself. But the truth is that you're still going to have to accept the uncertainty of life and learn how to let go of that heaviness even without a person. Because that's what's going to give you the most fulfillment in life. You're going to get more fulfillment letting go of that heaviness, not dependent on somebody, being independent individual. To step into your power means to create boundaries, means to find that feeling within you, means to focus on yourself, means to focus on your vision, and then go for that desire, then go for that person. Then you can go to sleep and visualize the perfect relationship before you go to sleep. But you have to let go of the resistance, and you have to let go of that neediness, because that neediness is what's going to block relationships in your life. That neediness is going to block your fulfillment. Even if you were to get that person, you're going to feel so bad. Now, here's what I suggest to you. If there's somebody in your life that you specifically want to manifest, I'm not saying let it go completely. I'm saying just take a step back and let go of that heaviness. Learn some meditation. Learn how to become more present to the moment. Learn how to connect to that deeper state within you. Because what I found is that, I'm being totally honest with you, that feeling of love does not exist outside of you. I can feel a genuine feeling of love and connection, a feeling in my body, a feeling that feels so good with nobody in my life. In fact, I have never felt so connected to people in my life the more that I focus on myself. Now, how does that work? How is it that I've been focusing on myself? I've let go of all the toxic relationships in my life. I've created boundaries with family. I've let go of, I was doing a program in school that I absolutely hated. I followed my passion. I appear on the outside to have less relationships and less people in my life, but I've never been more happy and fulfilled, and I've never felt a stronger sense of connection ever in my life before. I've never felt so intimate with life. I am falling in love with the process of life. I feel a strong sense of intimacy. I feel like I love my life every single moment. I think that every single moment is sacred. I think that there's a sacredness to every moment that a lot of us miss. I know that for some of you this is heavy and this might be hard to hear, but understand that every single moment is sacred. Do you really want to spend your life chasing something outside of you to feel happy? Or do you want to feel happy now? The truth is that you can feel happy now because you have an understanding that the present moment can give you that abundance. That abundance does not exist outside of you. Now, once again, these are beautiful things to go after. When the perfect relationship comes along in my life, I'll be waiting here and I'm going to be already in alignment, and I'm going to have a foundation of financial abundance and feeling abundance in my body and feeling happy because I've released all that heaviness and negativity and ego, that I'm actually ready for that relationship. Because the truth is that, if I was to manifest a relationship a year ago and I really wanted it, I was so naive, and I've developed a lot in just the last year alone. And the truth is that it would have totally held me back from my goals if I was to get that relationship a year ago. Now, I'm not saying that, to get that relationship would be bad, but it is the truth that if I was to manifest a relationship a year ago, I would not be as successful as I am now with my channel. Now, of course, I have more success to get. I'm not saying that I'm anywhere close to where it is that I want to be. But I also understand that, there's nowhere to get to when it comes to success. It's just like, you're always going to want more. The ego always wants more, right? The ego's never satisfied. The ego always wants the next thing. The ego wants this, the ego wants that. Now, I know that for some of you, this is hard to hear because it's the truth, but understand that, it's not hard to let go of that heaviness. The ego makes it hard. And you think that if you were to just let go of that person or just let go of that heaviness and let go of your ego, that your life would be over. But the truth is that facing of that feeling and to fully face that negativity would be the foundation that you need to end up manifesting that person or somebody better that is now a vibrational match to your new vibration that you've gotten to because you released the resistance. Because two things are going to happen when you enter this feeling. When you prioritize the feeling and the present moment as your main priority, whether through meditation or just practicing being present throughout the day and building up your awareness, when you make that your focus, what happens is two things. There's two options that can happen. One, you're going to end up attracting that person because you stopped chasing and you stopped resisting. You stopped putting the power outside of you. That person's now attracted to you. That person, now you have this attractive vibration, literally an attractive energy, because when you get to that higher state, you pull people into your energy. Or second, you realize that you didn't even want that person and you were after a feeling of connection that you already got within yourself. And now you're going to focus on what you really want, which is your passions and your goals and your dreams and your life purpose. Financial abundance, having a strong foundation for your life, then getting the perfect relationship. Now, I'm not saying don't have a relationship in this process, but still have that energetic foundation. That's so key here. It's so key to have that foundation because, excuse me, if you don't have that foundation, you're not going to be able to manifest what you want, including relationships, including money, including anything that you want. Because when you're seeking something outside of you, there's resistance there. And that heaviness, that dark feeling, that heavy energy that you feel is the exact opposite of what you're trying to manifest. And that person would just be a band-aid to that heavy feeling that you have within your body right now. It would just be a band-aid. Do you really just want to band-aid your solution, the problem here, or do you want to find the deeper solution? The deeper solution is prioritize getting into a vibration of love and peace and joy by connecting deeper to the present moment, and realize that feeling already exists within you, and that will allow you to release the resistance and then attract that person or somebody better that is now a vibrational match to that new vibration that you've gotten from connecting deeper to the present moment. Now, the truth is that you can just visualize before you go to sleep. That's what you can do. Like, I'm not saying you can't do that. You can just, I could have recorded this video and just said, hey, just like every other YouTuber, it's just go to sleep, have the visualization of the person before you go to sleep and reprogram your subconscious mind and plant that seed. Now, why does that work? That works because when you go to sleep, those couple minutes before you sleep, your ego begins to subside and you stop being needy and attached, and then you visualize yourself in that person. You visualize yourself with that person, and it's almost like you're claiming to the universe, like, yep, I don't care anymore. I got that person. It's all good. But you see, that vibration, you don't have to just access that before you go to sleep as a 5-10 minute technique. You can make that vibration your core vibration throughout the entire day. Your whole day can be that vibration before you go to sleep. It doesn't just have to be 10 minutes before you go to sleep. You can feel that throughout the entire day. So 2 things are going to happen. You're going to either attract somebody better or you're going to attract that person. So it's a win-win. And either way, you don't care because you feel good, or you attract nobody and you found what you really want, which is a feeling of connection. And you'll be happy with that because now you have more free time to focus on your business and your goals, and then eventually find somebody that already has that as well. For a lot of people that want to manifest their soulmate or their twin flame, you're not going to manifest your soulmate or your twin flame if you're doing a job that you hate, you're not following your passion, you're putting your power outside of you. You're not going to be able to manifest that person from that heavy state. It's not possible. How are you going to manifest somebody if you're depending on that person? What I just shared with you in this video is the key to stop codependent relationships, which is the last thing I want to share with you. And I know that for some of you, this is hard to hear. There's a lot of heaviness around this, but this is the truth. I don't want to sugarcoat my channel. I don't want to sugarcoat this video, and I may sacrifice views. I don't think maybe this video could, be more popular than usual. I don't really mind. Like, the truth is that I want to give you the truth right now. I want to give you the truth and the honest truth, which is that if you don't do this, you're going to have a foundation for having a codependent relationship. What does that mean? That means that it's 2 people clinging onto each other, putting their power in each other, thinking that the opposite person gives them that feeling when they both have that feeling within them. And they're now depending on that person to feel that energy of wholeness and completeness, which already exists within you by connecting deeper to the present moment and feeling the abundance that already exists now. In this moment now, not in the future, because the future never arises. The future literally never arises. You've never experienced the future before. No person has ever experienced the future. That doesn't exist. This is the only moment that exists, which is now. Now, when you understand that, that feeling exists now, literally speaking. I'm not being metaphorical here. I'm not being figurative. I'm not using analogies. I'm being very literal. Now, that feeling exists in your consciousness now, which is the only moment that exists. And when you tap into that, you will completely eliminate any need outside of you to feel that feeling. You'll be happy, you'll be fulfilled, you'll feel love, joy, peace. You'll raise your vibration, and then you'll either attract that person or you'll find somebody better, allowing you to eliminate codependency, eliminating dependency on each other. That is not a real relationship. That is 2 people clinging onto each other, depending on each other for love. That's a very, very surface level unconditional. That's a very conditional love, and that's not unconditional love. Unconditional love is feeling a high vibration that exists within you, not depending on another person. When you depend on somebody else, that is a conditional love. And that's a very small piece of love that only the ego understands. There's a much more powerful love that you can tap into that does not depend on people, money, success, or things. Now, once again, these things are beautiful forms in reality. It's beautiful to go after a relationship. I think it's beautiful to create success. I think that it's beautiful to manifest something. I think that it's terrible to depend on those things for peace. Okay, that's my perspective. Because it may seem contradictory. It's like, Francis, and in a lot of your videos, you say, don't chase money, don't chase relationships, don't chase success. But here you are recording a video daily. Absolutely, because I want to. I want to create success. I want money. I love money. I love abundance. I am abundant. I love these things. But if everything was to go to crap, I would understand that I can feel abundance now. That's the truth. That is the truth to all of this. When you understand that abundance is within you now, in this present moment, that is going to be the energetic foundation that you need, not to just get rid of codependent relationships, not just to manifest the perfect partner that is in vibrational alignment with you, but also to manifest success and money and anything that you want. That is the energetic foundation that you need to literally manifest your dreams. Now, life is inherently, we don't know what's going to happen in life. Life is the unknown. Life is uncertain. We don't know what's going to happen in life. But the truth is that these things have a much higher probability of coming into your life if you release the resistance. Because I can't promise to you that this will manifest. But I do think there's a very, very, very high chance that you can manifest all these things if you release the resistance. Because nothing in life is guaranteed. But the truth is that the way I see it, personally, it's pretty much impossible not to manifest your desires from a space of no resistance. Now, once again, can I promise that to you? Can I give you a concrete answer? Absolutely not, because life is uncertain and there's consequences to everything. But the truth is that you have a much, much higher chance, and just to be real with you, you're not going to have an issue manifesting your desires if you make your priority how to connect deeper to the present moment, find your passion, find your joy that connects to that state, being aligned with that, being aligned with who you really are as consciousness and awareness beyond the conditioning of your mind and your ego. If you follow that path, you're not going to have an issue manifesting what you want. You're really not going to have an issue. That is what you need to manifest your dreams. I know that this is hard for some of you to hear, but understand that you're going to have to come to terms with this. Why are you putting power outside of you? Understand that you're already whole and complete. I know that sounds so cliche. I know that a lot of other YouTubers say that, and you think I'm just reciting stuff to you that I've heard on the internet. No, I experience wholeness when I sit on my chair looking at my tapestry in my wall. I'm serious. I could just sit down on my chair in this room and I can feel a sense of wholeness, and I can experience being connected to the whole, to the divine, feeling a divine sense of love that doesn't exist outside of me. You can tap into that as well. That feeling exists within you too. Not just me. I'm not special. These YouTubers that you want aren't special. There's not anything special about me. There's nothing special about a specific YouTuber. We're all the same. We're all the same awareness. That awareness creates all things. That awareness creates love, joy, and peace. The same awareness that exists within my physical body, creating all that love when I look at my tapestry. I know it sounds funny, but that's the truth. Exists within you as well. It doesn't exist outside of you. It exists within you. So how do you do this? I'm going to conclude this video right now. You prioritize the feeling, and the way that you get the feeling that you think that person is going to give you is by connecting deeper to the present moment. That is the truth, period. Make your goal and your priority how to connect deeper to the present moment. It doesn't matter how you do it. I would recommend daily meditation. I've been doing it for 4 years. I would recommend going after your passion. I would recommend being conscious with every single moment in your life. I'd recommend being the awareness of your thoughts. I'd recommend going into nature. Does it matter what you do? No, it doesn't. It matters how you are doing it and how present you are with what you do. So the way that you tap into this feeling, just to conclude this video, is to prioritize the present moment. Prioritize your awareness. Prioritize your consciousness. Understand that your ego does not have to depend on other things. In fact, if you were to let go of your ego, you would feel so much love and peace that you wouldn't want those things that you thought you wanted. You can still go after them, but you're going to realize that you don't actually depend on them to feel, because it's all part of the ego story and fictitious story that we're all living in this game, in this matrix. And we think that to get the money, get the success, become a celebrity would give us fulfillment. And the truth is that it won't. It won't. It really won't. You're not going to take that to your grave. You're not going to take your relationship to your grave. You're not going to take money to your grave. You're not going to take any materialistic things to your grave. What you will take to your grave is the feeling of love and peace and joy. That's what you'll take with you. Now, the truth is that you can still go after these things. You can still go after these things, but do not chase and depend. Do not depend. Realize that you are an independent spiritual being. You are independent. Of course, we depend on each other as human limited forms, but at a deep spiritual level, you do not need to depend on anything outside of you to feel that love and peace and joy, because it already exists within your consciousness now. So that's all I have for this video. If you like this video, I want you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Also, if you want to download my free guided meditation, hit the link that's in the description box of this video, and I'll also leave it as a comment in this video. This meditation is specifically designed to connect you deeper to the present moment, that will give you that feeling of love, joy, and peace that already exists within you that you think that person will give you. This meditation will allow you to connect to that abundance that is in the present moment now. So if you want to try that, it's totally free. Just hit the link that's in the description box, or I'll leave it as a comment in this video. Have yourself a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.